All right, welcome. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go ahead and get started. So go ahead, come to seated on your mat. Bring your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Go ahead and sit on your feet. Bring your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Bring your arms forward and lay your forehead on your mat. This is child's pose, Balasana. As we start out in child's pose, I just want to let you know that as part of this yoga class, I do offer adjustments. So I'll be coming around doing modifications. If you prefer not to be adjusted as part of this class, please give me a quick little wave. Okay, thank you. In child's pose, you want to focus on your breath. So deep inhales and deep exhales. Inhale and exhale. While in child's pose, we try to set our intention for class. As part of our intention for class, we try to focus on what brought us to class today, why we're here. And as you focus on what brought you to class today and everything that you focused on in class, try to let go of everything else. Try to let go of what you did this morning. Try to let go of anything that you have to do tonight. And focus on your breath. As part of yoga, we try to focus on our practice. We try to focus on letting go of things in life that are not serving us and being a part of ourselves, the mind-body connection. So as I go through this next hour with you, I encourage you to return to your breath. When your mind starts wandering, when you start focusing on other things, I encourage you to always come back to thinking, breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, downward dog. Flip over your toes, raise your hips all the way to the sky, and put weight into the palms of your hands. You'll be slowly creating an inverted V with your body. In downward dog, go ahead and raise to your feet, so you're standing on your feet, creating an upward V. From here, try to focus on pressing all of your energy into your palms. Your head and your neck hang heavy, and you send energy out through your ankles. Bend your knees as much as possible in order to create the stretch along your hamstrings. Remember to let your head and neck hang heavy, so you're pressing into your palms and pressing into your ankles. So throughout class today, we'll be stretching different parts of our body, and you'll be reaching your edge. You'll be reaching that tension point of where things feel comfortable and where things feel a little more pressure. Find the edge that works for you today. Find the part that feels right for your body, where you're coming up to that point, but you're also feeling that pressure. We'll all take 2 breaths here together. Deep inhale and an audible exhale. One more deep inhale and an audible exhale. Exhale, standing forward fold. Step to the top of your mat, remain bent over, and you'll be creating an upright folded position. Once again, allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Bend your knees as much as possible and release your upper body. Some prefer to grab their biceps with opposite arms and to create a gentle sway right and left. So once again, as we're here, concentrate and focus on breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. What we do in Vinyasa flow is we connect our breath to our movement. The goal is to flow, which is one breath to one movement. Standing at attention, Samastitihi. Raise your arms slowly to the sky, rolling your back up 1 vertebrae at a time, as slowly as you can. Both arms will be raised to the sky, and once you reach the top, full standing, close both of your eyes. Let your hands descend down at heart center. We call this samastitihi in prayer hands. Close your eyes and once again focus on your intention for class today. So even in a standing position with eyes closed, we're still sending energy out the bottom of our ankles, and we're still sending energy up through our neck. So focus on energized and raised head, pressing our shoulders away from our neck. We'll take one more breath here together. Inhale, and do an open mouth exhale. Forward fold. Slowly bend your body back down to a folded position with hands on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your back to a tabletop, flat surface. Hands come either to the top of your mat, to your shins, or to your thighs, whatever is preferred. But you're bringing your back to a flat tabletop surface. Energy goes all the way through the crown of your head. Exhale, return to a forward fold. Bend your body once again back down, bending knees as much as possible. Exhale, high plank. Step both feet back to a high plank position so you're at the top of a push-up. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Exhale, draw your arms down to a 90-degree angle. At this point, you can modify and you can go down to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the palms of your hands and arch the front of your body facing forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Curl over your toes and return to an inverted V. So sending your hips high to the sky, stepping on both feet and pressing into the palms of your hands. Beautiful. Go ahead and bend your knees, come to kneeling on your mat, have a seat. At this phase, I'm going to give you guys a quick demo. The series of movements that you just went through is called Chaturanga Dandasana. In Chaturanga Dandasana, this is a very common practice that we do in a Sun Salutation A, which is the entire series we just went through. So we'll do this series 2 more times, but I want to break down for you guys Chaturanga Dandasana. So in Chaturanga Dandasana, we start at the top of our mat. And we do a halfway lift with the tabletop back that you guys all came to, and then we exhale and we do a forward fold. Always doing as much bend in your knees as needed, but always keeping a complete looseness of head and neck. In Chaturanga Dandasana, we step back to a high plank position, and with the same breath, come to a 90-degree angle, or as much as possible, with the arms. If you're working to build strength in the arms, drop down to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip over to the tops of your feet, bring your hips high. This can add a lot of pressure to your lower back, so make sure to always stay on the tops of your toes and not drop down into your knees. From here, after your inhale, you do an exhale back to downward facing dog. Flip back over your toes and return to upward downward facing dog. So we'll take that flow together twice. So come to the top of your mat. We'll start in Tadasana, mountain pose, raising both hands up to the sky. So exhale, forward fold, bend down, touching your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop with your back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank to low plank. Put your hands on the mat. Step back to a high plank position, bend your arms at 90 to a low plank position, flip over your toes, and inhale, upward facing dog, send energy up. Exhale, flip your toes back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. We'll go through that flow one more time, attempting to connect our breath to our movements. One breath, one movement. Inhale, step to the top of your mat. Raise up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down to touching your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, creating a tabletop with your back. Exhale, and return to the mat. Step back, high plank to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Return to an inverted V with your body. Beautiful job, you guys. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Raise your hands high to the sky and sit back in an imaginary chair. If this places too much pressure on your knees, create space between your feet until you reach a comfortable position. Rotate your palms to face one another and work to press your shoulders down your back so that your shoulder blades are both coming together and going down your back. Take a peek down at your feet. Make sure that you can see your toes from beyond your knees. We want to create a healthy position. If this is too much, rise a little bit out of it, but maintain as deep of a bend in your knees as possible. The goal here is to focus on building strength in our hamstrings. Good. Remember to send energy out the crown of your head towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Bring hands through heart center, bring hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Create a tabletop with your back. Exhale, standing forward fold. Bend back down to hands as close to the mat as possible. Inhale, step back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Step back, high plank to low plank. Creating a 90-degree angle with your arms. Inhale, going into an upward facing dog. And exhale, flipping your toes to a downward facing dog. Curl back over your toes, create an inverted V with your body, sending hips high to the sky. This is exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 2 breaths here and move into our sun salutation B, series B. Inhale all of your breath and open mouth exhale. Inhale, breath one more time, and audible exhale. Inhale, this is different. Right leg, send it upwards to the sky behind you. From here, exhale, step that leg all the way through to a low lunge, bringing it to the front of your mat from underneath you. Making a 90-degree angle with your knee. Always making sure that we're stacking knee over ankle. Knee over ankle. Excellent, beautiful. Exhale, warrior 2. Pinwheel your arms open so that your top body is facing the TV wall. So rise all the way up to a standing. So we'll come to a complete standing position. Gaze goes over the front fingers. Both arms are creating a T, sending energy out both sides of our body, but equally balancing our weight into both legs. If there were lights on the front of your hip bones, they would be facing the TV wall. Work your knee towards the outer pinky toe of your front foot and aim your front toes forward. Create as much bend in your knee as possible while working your back knee